Welcome to year 4 of the Goat Challenge. Our goal here is to get 1,500 goats, $15 million net worth, no debt, and store 100,000 liters of goat milk. Bottled goat milk, that is. We started out this challenge with a $1.9 million, pretty much a $2 million line of credit, making our net worth 0. That line of credit went towards all the starter equipment and the land you do see around us that we have on this farm. As of right now, our net worth is sitting at about $4.7 million. We are still in December of year 3 as of right now, because there's a few things we're going to fix. We can see there's no water right now for these sheep. We're going to kind of take a few steps backwards to fix a few things that I think were kind of mistakes. So what we've done so far is we've removed the automatic water, which was just kind of OP, and we take a peek here. I think we're right about at our 100,000 liters of goat milk, so we're going to be making a ton more money. But also on the greenhouses, we had that going. So we had somewhat of a unrealistic advantage for the first 3 years that we're really fixing. And we've enabled automatic watering. And I come over here and it doesn't seem to be working. I think we might have to get to an hour before that ticks in. So everything's at 0 right now because it's missing water. Let's actually just make that happen just so we can double check. And we'll come in here and we can see disable watering. So watering is enabled, but I think we need to wait the hour for it to get delivered. There we go. Okay, so these should all be back up and running. Same with the pear production. So we can go ahead and slow that back down. But we're going to get rid of these enclosures and go with something else, because the big problem that I had, and there's a couple great mods out there that are in development right now, but it would be a struggle with the goat milk. We need a pasture that we don't have to worry about water. If we did 1,500 liters of water with this size of a pasture here, or meadow, we're just not going to be able, we're going to be sitting here all day, feeding them and putting water in. And that's the big thing we want to solve. So we are going to actually sell all of our sheep. Sorry, I keep saying that. All of our goats to start today's episode. And starting over with these pastures. So this one should be emptied out. So we'll come up here and go ahead and delete this one. And, just going to naturally get whatever money comes from it. And whatever milk was there. So we'll lose a little bit of productivity, but I don't think it's really going to harm us. And we're going to do it this month. And now that I think about it, meadow isn't going to come back to May. So we may struggle a little bit or have a pause on the money we're getting from goats, but I think it's the best way to move forward on this. And you'll learn from me if you stick around this channel. I like to fix things that we feel like aren't perfect. And there are these other mods in here, but for feed capacity, we're absolutely, and water comes with this one. So we are going to go with these base game buildings. And where does the milk spawn? Just want to make sure I can see that. So there's that. Oh, do we get milk from these, right? I hope we do. I just don't see the spawn location. And I guess I will test this out. Oh, it's right there. There it is. Okay. So we want to make sure we're not sitting on roads. And then these as well, we'll just kind of pull aside. And maybe we'll learn on this one and wait a little bit to do the other one, but I think we already, got to the point where we need to be. So I think we're going to have to do it. Overlaps object, complete lie. Let's go ahead and turn snapping on here. We'll go with R for that, just to make sure it looks as good as possible. And we do want to absolutely customize this. And boy, it's tough to see this time a year, but I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this. Well, I went too far. Delete H. So we went a little bit too far. We want to actually, you can kind of see it. I want to go about right there. And we're just going to work our way around this existing field that we had, and I'll see you when I'm done. This time around on this field, we're going to get 328. So we ended up getting a little bit more by using this one. And we're absolutely going to wait till the meadow appears. So a little bit less to do in the beginning of the year, and we'll get going on that a little bit better. But if we come over here, we can do the same thing. And absolutely getting a little bit more money to start. Well, we're spending it too, but wanting to fix things that I felt we didn't do right to begin with. This one I think we're going to hold off on on replacing until we figure out if we can actually purchase this field, because we were leasing it and we felt like that was kind of a mistake as well. So I want to learn how that works. I might have to disable that mod. I don't know, guys. I didn't see a way to cancel the lease, and I don't know if it pops up after a year to say, do you want to renew it? Yeah, I think in January was 12 months. So let's go ahead and do that. Everything we wanted to do in December is done. All right, we're going to terminate our lease, and then we're going to instantly come in here and buy this land. So this one is our field now. Absolutely love it. And we had another lease over here that we're gonna let it keep going. Kind of tempted to do that, but I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Let's go check on the sheep enclosure that we added just to make sure the meadow didn't appear in January. I would be weird if it did. We do got the heat lights going. Yeah, no meadow. You know, I think what we're gonna do instead, it can hold 11,000 food. This was silly. We should have done this, and we probably could do it on both. Let's get them in here. I'm being real silly, aren't I? Let's go ahead and buy this and then buy the rest. So we're fully stocked again with 328, which we might end up getting a little bit more than we had last time around. But again, we're going to run into a problem where we just don't produce, or we have to feed them constantly. And so I think I will go with just this one until the meadow grows. Until we're closer to meadow growing, and we'll place the other barn. That, I think, makes sense. But boy, we've eaten our money from buying that land, but that's okay. So this will get us 7,000 to start. We'll probably want to get more and get that full and get them going. Let's double check, before we get way too deep into this. Milk does show up here. So we should start seeing milk populate right here once they get up to health. But I'm going to go grab a little bit more. Actually, we'll grab it from here since we already have it out. We got 18,000 in here. We might as well take care of this one. And I'm still kind of hoping to get really close to enough goats this year, but we'll see how the year progresses. I did look at some mods online for the sheep pastures, and I just didn't like a ton of them any more than I like the base game ones, so I decided to go with the base game ones. And I knew that they would function the way we need them to, so I just didn't want to run into that milk there, but that happens. All right, so let's check a couple things while we have our feed completely full. We're going to come over here at 92. So I need to move 8 more of our pallets of milk, of our bottled milk, into the refrigeration system. We'll grab the first 4, come back, and hopefully another 4 spawn, and we can just grab that. Everything after that's going to start getting sold, and we're going to start making money off of bottled milk. So as long as another one spawns right now, early in January, year 4, it says year 3, we're in year 4, we've officially hit one of our goals. Yep, and I see him over there. We have officially hit 100,000 bottled milk. Everything else is going to be profit. So as we do our monthly selling events, we now know we can come over here with the flatbed and pick up all the goat milk and sell it every month. Absolutely everything in here is just going to stay. And we'll get these, few bottles moved over. And then we're going to take a look at the price of dried corn and see if it's time to sell those or not. Yeah, and make a lot of our money back today. And we shouldn't be in risk of running out of milk because we still have 22,000 in here. So since we hit that goal, we can start figuring out how much excess goat milk we have and how many more of these dairies or how many more upgrades we need to do with it. That'll be one of our next steps. Let's go ahead and make sure these are shut off. We don't want to waste diesel, especially since we're maintaining everything every year. I'm sure running time is going to cause it to get damaged a little bit. All right, they're full. We'll come back in a little bit and check on them. Dried corn prices are, they're as good as they can get. Let's go ahead and head on in and get this sold. We'll have a little bit more to pick up that is still in there, so it'll be a little bit more than one load. This will be a nice payday to start, and then we will get some of our lumber sold. As well as probably, we could get around, go do the pears, we could do the lettuce, we could do the bottled goat milk. Just watch this dollar amount go up. We will be making some investments. We won't just have a ton of money. The way I really want to do this is have a lot of our money tied up in equipment and land. And at some point, we are going to have to just start stockpiling cash to get the net worth up to 15 million. But while we're still, you know, we haven't really ran into a situation where we weren't able to finish all the farming in a month. So we could still expand and upgrade equipment and all kinds of things still in this playthrough. All right, the first set brought in $30,000 there. Do the middle section here. And then if I'm remembering correctly, the back has the most, so this should be a pretty nice payday here. And then in July, we have a ton of dried soybeans to sell. And yeah, another 50. So, you know, added up, I think that was close to $100,000 right there. Let's go see how much more dried corn we have to sell. And then after that, we can start working on selling some other things. 42,000 liters left, so that's a good amount of money. We'll be utilizing all 3 compartments again here. All right, let's get them sold. That brings our total back up to $730,000. So I have a feeling we hurt our net worth a little bit, but as we keep selling items today, it's absolutely going to take care of itself and get right back where it was. All right, this should bring in a good payday. We'll get a single amount here as long as I do it right. 181,000, so we got us close to $1 million. And we're probably going to make some, I'm going to look around and make some, you know, have a little brainstorming session, start building out our plan really for year 4 next. And then we'll start talking about it. And, you know, January is when I want to make those decisions. If we're going to lease any more fields, if we're going to buy fields, we probably really want to do that in January. And I want to target fields that don't have crops on them already. So I think what I want to do, first thing I want to do is I want to swap these fields. We're going to put corn in 38, and we're going to do soybeans in 3 and 5. So I want to actually do some type of crop rotation here. For 4 and 2, I think we're going to do sorghum this time around because we can plant that in April. And that should allow us to dry the sorghum as well and take advantage of that. Let's see what the prices are like for dried sorghum. 2,200, and we can sell it in January. Okay. Not terrible. Wheat would be 1,700. Sunflowers, 3,100. Maybe that's something we look into. Sell in March. Barley, you know, canola. Canola's not terrible. Corn's a decent price. You know, soybeans are absolutely the best. You know, 6,900. Eel. We could do eel in this playthrough? What the heck? I think we might focus on getting to where we can do the Cooper. You know, the cost isn't bad, but we need to get a lot more trees cleared. Carpentry, I wouldn't mind doing either. So yeah, I think what we'll do next is work on clearing some more of these trees. And that'll get us going that direction. And I think we have what we have planned, but I kind of want another field for soybeans. We visit here. Field grass, I don't mind replacing that. Let's do a little cheeky here. Needs lime, so both of those would need lime. I don't mind that. I think we are going to lease field 47. We have 6 bots, so we're going to put more sheep there. And I think one that we might target for buying for more sheep is probably 64. Which I think we're just going to do that now while we have the cash. All right. So I think we have a plan. We have lots of trees that we want to clear, so we'll just, you know, I might just chop down all of them, but probably won't get that ambitious because I want to kind of do this in natural as we need it. But we'll keep moving forward and get to the point where we are, you know, doing things other than just moving trees around. And yeah, and then I'll rejoin you. It's February. We're going to sell this. I don't really want to do the pears. So we're going to go ahead and, sell the field here. And then that production's gone, but these are ours. So I'm just going to get it out of the way. Forgive me for the super strength, and we'll come over and get that liquid fertilizer when we need it. I just don't really want to do the orchards on this playthrough. But how are we doing on food here is looking good. We are going to bring a little bit more. We got everything up to 100% health. And we're absolutely rocking and rolling on our milk again. So over here, we have plenty we forgot to sell in January, but that's okay. Yeah, we're still looking good. The carpentry is here. So the one thing that I forgot, I guess, kind of forgot, was the capacity over here is not great. And let's take a look. So we can hold 12,000 wood, but we could hold a lot of planks and long planks. So what we're going to do is we'll get the skid steer over here. Well, we could do it this way. We'll do it this way. We might get a telehandler soon too, because I love telehandlers. And we'll figure out some math here momentarily about like how many planks, like are we producing enough planks and long planks to where we're not selling those anymore, that we are just going to turn them into furniture. And as long as it's burning through it every month, I'm fine with that. I don't want to lose out on income on something that we could be, you know, making cash off of. If it's just going to sit in the production and never get, you know, processed, don't really want to lose money that way. So let's go ahead, we'll cruise over. Accidentally run into our planks, but I think we can get all 3 of these going and triple our output is my hope. And let's go learn. Let's learn before we fully populate this thing. So if it's going to take in, we did regular planks, 10 planks, and the cycle is going to be 192 per month. That's only using 200 planks a month? No, because I added 10 times 192. Yeah, about 2,000. So 2,000 is what we need of that. And then everything else we could sell. And we could, you know, make a habit of this. But planks long, they're going to burn through a little bit more. So we could bring over about 4,000 of those and be good with that. And then every few months, it would just be 3,000. But are we producing only 3 a night of those? It looks like we are. So we get a little excess on the regular plank. Oh, we gotta lift, Chris. And not, oh boy, that's staying in the video. Trying to go too fast, thought we were good. So I guess we would be producing a little bit more furniture from this pallet than we would from the small plank pallet, so that makes sense. So yeah, we'll get all 3 of these over, and then hopefully, like, where are we at with those? Oh, we're close. So I might wait until later tonight, get the 4th one over there, and we'll see what it looks like in the morning. All right, the other one spawned here at 10 o'clock, or a little bit after 10. So we'll get that moved over, and then now we're going to sell everything because I don't want to get very far behind on everything we're selling, and we do have 2 furniture as well to sell, so lots of new things to sell. I guess before we do that, we'll go ahead and move around some milk as well, because this is going to sneak up on us too. We got lots to do every month, guys. And, you know, I am keeping an eye on the weather. We might want to get our liming sessions done here in February. You know, I don't know how realistic that is. We're not doing anything really realistic on this series, but if we don't have to deal with any snow on the ground, it might make sense to spend the time to get the lime done, because we may have snow in March and not be able to get it done then. To come back for the rest of this bottled milk. This is insane. Why have I not done this production before, or on regularly at scale? My goodness. Let's swing in here and get this stuff sold. 640. Oh my goodness, guys. I mean, we're making silly money. I don't know how much was in there, but like, we did a big moving event of that in December. What's the net worth going to be at the end of today's episode? My goodness. And here's the rest of what we have to sell. We should be above $1 billion in our cash flow here. Are we? I'm going to check in a few months, but we might be rushing to get the goats, and I'm starting to understand really why people, DJ, while you were doing this on regular or normal economy and not easy, yeah, we're up to almost 1.2 million. Bottled goat milk is overpowered. My goodness. Yeah, we'll go through a couple months. I got to feed the goats, and yeah, I'm going to take a little break. We are going to get that liming session going. Well, we're currently heading in to the dealership to pick up our new purchases. You can see our money is up from 1.2 million down to 779,000. We spent money. We're going to spend a little bit more money when we're over there as well. I'll show you what we purchased. And turning the corner here, we should see our items. Oh, yeah. We got the all-in-one tender, all-in-one ultimate field tender. So we're gonna buy a ton of lime here. I don't know how much we're gonna need, but we have those 2 large fields to do, and this is definitely something that I've been wanting to add to my farms, and I finally remembered to do it. Well, let's get it hooked up though, and let's just purchase. We're gonna purchase a good amount of lime today. I don't know what we're gonna go through, but we're gonna do 8 4 times. And we do have the old spreader that we're gonna be selling eventually, but we'll go ahead and fill up the new leader here with as much lime as we can, and then we'll put the rest in the new trailer there. Purchase some buying stations in the farm, so that we can, you know, buy in bulk instead of a little bit at a time. Doing so well on this playthrough. Did take a peek at the net worth. 6 million. We're at 6 million, guys. And we're in February of year 4. Our 3rd full year. 18,000 liters is put in the spreader. Now we're going to jump in the semi. We're going to loop this around so we can get a good approach on it and fill up all of that lime. I don't know how much will fit. I think it all will fit. We back up here. We should be able to just sit here and push the button. There is a mod that would enable us to just load it all with one push of the button. I don't have that activated right now. And I don't know if we're close enough to all of these yet. And we have different bays, which I didn't realize, which is nice. That's awesome. So we can drive around with multiple things in here. That's even more exciting. So yeah, this is all going to be lime today, but we'll fill it up with fertilizer and seed when it comes time to planting. This last one doesn't want to go in the front, but if we lift it, it did. Oh, it's just a little bit there. Okay. So we have 46,000 liters of lime here, and another 18,000 in the spreader already. So this is going to struggle pulling this for a little bit. You know, 40 tons right now that this case is having to pull. But we'll go ahead and set up some follow me. Head on out to the field. They are following us. So we'll go to the... Oh, it's struggling. No way. It was just going so much faster, and all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, there's weight behind me. There we go. It seemed to be something with the road there, the decal, that it was getting stuck on, but it's getting up to speed now. You can see it's like the wheels are bouncing a little bit in the back there. They're struggling. Some with the mod, I think. Yeah, it's definitely got to be the map, because every once in a while it gets up to speed and then it excuse me, and then it slows down. This game confuses me. The physics. Finally got some momentum, but going up this hill it did slow down, which makes complete sense, but we're close. We'll have to pull the semi to the side. And yes, I've been buying a lot of trucks because I don't want them to have to, you know, switch jobs, and just building the fleet. So let's go ahead and stop that. We'll just let it cruise here for now. Shut it off. We'll figure out if we can use that correctly when the time comes. All right, so it's going to be slow going at first until we get a little bit of this weight off of here. Definitely having flashbacks from the oil challenge of that. And, you know, I don't think 5 miles an hour is the max on this. I think it's actually pretty quick, but we're also going to be going uphill, you know, and dealing with 400 or 40 tons. Let's shut it off. Let's go to the top of the field and work our way downhill. I feel like we're just wasting product, but yeah, look at this. Oh, grind. So I don't think we'll fill it up all the way, and I think that was the solution we had last time. We ended up going to about half capacity. And we'll be able to fill it up with this semi following us around fields, so it won't be, you know, like we have to drive very far to get more product. Tell me this thing's starting to go downhill and it can't go any faster. Oh boy, farming simulator. Alright, we're going to go downhill this way and hope that, you know, the weight just keeps getting lighter and we can go a little bit quicker. And lesson learned. We need a more powerful tractor than 400 some horsepower to pull 40 tons. Yeah, we can definitely see here where the weight is making a difference now. We're down to 32 tons, and uphill we're able to get up to 10 miles an hour. Still, I think we're using a little more product than we need to because of the speed. We do have some snow that's starting to come down, so should be a pretty good process here. Definitely can get up to speed when we get around 50% full. I remember that about this mod. I don't remember what kind of horsepower we were pulling last time we used this, but it seemed to be pretty consistent. Once you get around, you know, 50%, the weight of this mod just seems to be okay. So I don't know if it's something just about this spreader and the way it was configured, but either way, we're done complaining. We'll get by. All right, so pipe out goes this way, then I think we can move it. Or does it do it on its... Oh, we can. Yeah, we can raise it. We can go to the side. So we're going to want to come this way with it. Keep it high. Oh, yeah, this is fancy. Fancy piece of equipment here. You can see where the tractor is that we're driving to. And it's hard to tell with this lighting, but we've got a lot of this field done already. A lot more than I thought we would. Now, does this automatically load? Because if it does, we're going to have to pay attention. Because we don't want it to fill it up all the way. I don't see anything. All right, from the video I saw, this should automatically just do its thing. And it's not. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You know, things should just work in this game. It's sad. So what we're doing, we're feeding the goats a little bit because we knew they were getting kind of low. So now we have 11,500 again. We're going to drop that trailer here, and then we're going to go grab the spreader we had, and I want to see if it works with the tender. All right, let's find out here. Okay, so I got an indicator here. And there it goes. Okay. So it's not automatic, but it does work. Now, let's swing it back this way. That's just this mod. All right, we're going to sell it. We're going to get our money back. We don't play like that. Glad I kept the other one. 82,000. So we'll add, I don't know, 16,000 back in here and call it even. Okay, so this should be able to stay where it's at. We'll get the case out of the way. We'll get it home later, and then we're just going to take over with the other spreader. And we're just going to live with it because it works, and we want to play this way. We'll get that home later. A lot less capacity. But like what we were saying earlier, should be fine. You know, we have the tender to follow us around, and we'll be able to do that with seed and fertilizer as well. Now, the difference of width is going to be a little significant here. So I might just manually finish this field up without... I mean, we're struggling with speed here too, aren't we? Yeah, maybe we just do this pass and then come back. All right, we'll rejoin you when we have to refill or on the next field, whichever comes first. Well, we did get it complete. We're going to pre-fill this up so when we get over there, we can just get started. But I'm kind of thinking and remembering that field did have something planted in it. So we might not be able to apply the lime. Oh, it did automatically do it this time. Nice. So we might have to get some tillage going, and then let's open this up. What's going on here? It's not full. What? Why are you being inconsistent now? And it's doing the... Oh boy, guys. Oh, farming simulator. I don't even know anymore. I try to do some cool things for these videos, and they never work out. Oh boy. Caravan going here. All three are moving. Heading to the next field. Oh, that's right. There's nothing in this field. We can get going today. Oh, it's field grass. We'll see if it lets us. But we're going to get these followers disabled. And because I'm a glutton for punishment, we're going to try this one more time here. Like, I don't understand it. Okay. On with life. And I think you need to unload with fertilizer first. What does that even mean? Yeah, and before we get too mad here, yeah, we're gonna have to cultivate this all up because that's the way farming simulator works. Joy. All right, it's early morning in March. I did notice we do have some meadow here, so we're going to realize that we kind of messed up. We could have had more goats. So we have lots of money. We're gonna do all of our morning chores here, at least, well, let's see how this is going if I really need to yet. We've got, yeah, 38,000 bottled milk still in here. We're good. We're good. Are they producing missing materials? Oh, they did run out of milk. Okay, so we are, okay, we're running out of milk. I guess level 2 is going to be good enough then. So yeah, we need to get the goats going so we can get caught back up to where this production was getting fed enough. I don't think we got anywhere close to that last year. We were constantly feeding this thing every month, and I don't think we missed a month moving milk. We did miss a couple months with having goats there, or at least one. And we do have more milk over by the other one. Yeah, we'll get this filled up. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get caught up, and then we're probably going to spend some money on 2 new goat enclosures, or goat pens, and see what the totals are going to be to figure out how many more fields we're going to need. And then we're going to let the meadow grow next month and get a bunch of goats in here in April. We definitely need to stay ahead of the game when it comes to selling all these pallets because they will build up. 53,000 bottled goat milk, and 17,000 lettuce. We didn't go all the way to 8 a.m. That's why we didn't get the extra lettuce, but that's all right. And oh, gonna get 2 numbers too. Oh my goodness. 1.4 million. What did we do, guys? This is amazing. We're gonna get out of debt soon, but we're gonna get those goat pens going. We might buy some more land too. We're going in hyperdrive here. Okay, so this does not seem to run in parallel, which is unfortunate. So we only got 2 furniture this month. I mean, we'll keep it going. I don't think we're going to expand to the other base game wood productions, though. It was a fun idea, but I don't understand why you can't. Maybe we upgrade those, but like, it just seems silly. So get us caught up selling everything for today. Another almost 100,000. We're at 1.5 million. All right, we're not going to do any farm work. We do have the cultivating going in the background. That's just going to get done when it gets done by a worker. But we're not going to do any other farm work here because of the snow, but I am going to remove it so I can put the goat pens where I want them, the goat pastures. Let's see if this will accept any more of this wood so we can get rid of it. I don't think it will yet. No, we're probably going to have to cut that down. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, we have something that needs to be fixed here. So I added a mod that ended up messing with this stuff, and we're gonna fix it. So it ran out of goat milk already, and it's because of this mod. So we're gonna upgrade. Tells us we want to go to level 3. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna adjust our production cycles to where they should be. I don't know why it jumped that high. But we're going to fix it. So I was trying to find a mod that gave us a little bit more food capacity, and apparently that changed all of these. So we're going to hop in here. Oh boy. Okay, this is the only one we're going to activate. So we're going to adjust this. And now it's even higher than it was. It's going to be 288. And I'm going to save and come back in and make sure that persists. And if not, we're going to figure out what mod's causing it. Boy, be careful with the mods you guys select. Yeah, and it increased it to 619. What mod is this? Some days, guys, I just don't know. Some days just go like this. So we're loading back in here, and it seems like there was a mod conflict between the adjustable outputs, the configurable outputs, and the upgrade mod. So now we come in here, 309 is what it's going to say. These seem to be closer. I can't adjust the configuration anymore, so I think that's what we're going to go with. I think it's fixed, so we're just going to have to deal with it, but we're pretty much out of milk for the day, and we're going to leave it running. I thought we were progressing a little fast, and now we know why. So like, I don't know what to do to kind of fix that, but we're just gonna live with it the way it is. So let's go ahead and hop in this mode and try to remember which fields. Well, we'll go to the one. Boy, where are we? Right here. That looks a little suspicious now, but we're going to come in here, go to sheep again, and go with the same one and get this rolling. And customize this as much as we can. We're not going to redo the grass, and it's kind of hard to tell where it is, but we're going to do a good sized field here, use a decent amount of our money. And this was the area I wasn't sure how far we own, but we're going to be safe here. And sorry about the camera movement, but I want to leave enough room, especially right here, to get back to our field. And probably turn snapping on at this point. And just come about right. Oh, we can see land not owned by us. So we'll get that snapped in. Just trying to get a decent view. Yeah, boy, how far do we want to go with that? We'll go about right there. And swing this on in about right like so. And that should do it. Boy, a little frazzled. Everything going wrong today. But let's see. I mean, we still have a ton of money. We're doing good. We're doing good. So coming over here, trying to see how many goats we can hold, but we're not going to have meadow yet because it takes a month for it to show up. 362. That's not bad. That is not bad. So let's go ahead. We're going to do the same. We're going to learn. We're going to wait till next month to buy them. But let's look at the map and see where that other field was that we bought. And I'm just going to run over there. Or we'll just visit and build that here so we know where we are. So proximity to our farm. Where are we? Where are we, guys? There's our farm. So it comes up on this road right here. So I think I want to put it like right on this side. So we can come up on this. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And then we'll be able to really cleanly see. We're not going to actually plant the grass this time. I want to see the difference in the two fields. I mean, they're different sizes, but I don't know if it actually makes a difference. I do like it for role-playing. But since I got so frazzled and dazzled, this should be our biggest one, though. So, I mean, you can see the money just dropping every time we place a fence here. But in theory, like, we could, you know, determine the amount of sheep we want based on the amount of meadow we have and do calculations that way if we really chose to. We'll come about right there, and then we'll come back out, give our fence some room to breathe. And there we go there. The grass does show up, but the meadow isn't technically here yet. That's a huge one. Yeah, so what that mod was doing was, like, we upgraded it, and then it thought it was a configuration of an upgrade, so it noticed that it wasn't the same amount, I'm guessing, and it was constantly doubling it every time we would load in, because it thought it was upgraded to the second level. So this is going to hold 620. That's nice. And this one can hold 362, 328. So we're going to be at 1300. So we just need one more that can hold. We'll be at 1310 if we fill those up. So we'll just need one more that can hold 190. I think we're going to get all of our sheep this year. We'll have to figure out where that's going to go. I was debating. We're not going to get enough over here, but I was debating using this small field. We might just use field 2, but I'm going to keep progressing here. We're going to get back to April so we can start getting planting going, and I'll see you then. All right, all the milk's going. Guys, I feel terrible about that mistake. Yeah, just craziness. So let's see how this is going, because we're going to need this tractor. Making good progress. Okay. Let's head over before we get started with planting. Let's get these bought. Let's go visit here and let's see our number of meadow that we have here. Meadow did not show up overnight. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Okay, so we're going to hold off. We spent all the money on these. We're going to hold off. We got a lot to do this month. Let's grab this. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize. This is a large field that we're leasing. I'm going to prioritize getting going with the lime on here. And they should have done the headland first, so we should be good to do that. And then we're going to get soybeans planted because that's going to be our biggest money maker. But we might be looking into a grass field or something to start feeding these these goats ourselves, because I have no idea what my save file's doing at this point. By all accounts, we planted those or built those in March. The meadow should have showed up in April. My save file might be broken, but what a day. What a day. I feel like we've fallen a little bit behind on our plans here with the struggles I've been having with the tender. And I'm coming to the realization that it's a seed tender and maybe we just don't use it for lime. I mean, we got most of the lime field done, trying to get it reloaded. You know, I loaded back in the game, new session. We're going to see if it works better, but boy, is it frustrating. But we're going to move on. We are going to focus on the fields that have already been cultivated and are ready to be planted. We're going to go ahead and stage this. I think we're going to need to use it a little bit more. But trying to remember my plans here, let's go ahead and look in the map. So we wanted to do soybeans here and here, and we should be able to do that with no till. And then sorghum was going to go in one field. Corn was going to go over here. So that's going to need actually... We're going to send... Oh my goodness, I don't know what's happening right now. Oh! Why? What's going on with my view? Guys, this is bizarre. Look at this, we're just driving away. Okay. Things are just getting stranger and stranger. If I knew how I did this. Let's hop out the vehicle. Oh my. Why is it locking? Okay. Seems to just be that one vehicle. Oh my. And now it's fixed. Guys, we're leaving all this in. My goodness. This has been the most bizarre recording I've ever done. Insane. Okay, so I will see if the meadow had magically appeared after we reloaded as well. That was another thing that got me kind of walking away. And we'll see. We'll double check because that might have fixed itself. And, you know, like I said, we built those in March. It's now April. No meadow. A little confused. But we are going to head out. We're going to get the soon-to-be cornfield cultivated because our planter definitely is not a direct drill, so we will not be able to do no-till there. We'll have to get the tillage done. And we need to finish the lime on the soon-to-be soybean field, and I want to instantly start planting that with the John Deere once we get the lime done. And probably aiming to get the cornfield planted in May. So we will have a worker take care of this for us as we head back over and give this one more shot here. It's like there's going to be just the smallest correct spot to unload this in. But let's double check opening this that we do have pipe out. There we go. Lime. Now we have lime in the pipe that is out. And just no luck. So we'll make it work. We'll deduct the numbers and make it all so, but gotta get back to it. Gotta get back to it. And it'll probably be one... We might be able to get this done with this 9,000 liters. It's 10 o'clock already. Definitely want to get this field and the other soybean fields planted today. And probably the sorghum field. We'll see how far we get. We're going to have to do weeds next month and fertilizer in May and June probably. We'll see how time goes. Planting season is officially started. Getting some soybeans in the ground. We have 1,200 liters here. This is a good-sized soybean field. I think it's pretty comparable to the last time we did soybeans, and we're right around the corner, being able to make our I think it was like $700,000 off of the soybeans we planted last time and dried. So I'm super excited about that. We're going to be out of debt here soon. Still feel bad about the issue we had with the production. Speeding up our progress a little bit. It's fixed. I never checked on the pastures, on the meadows. Let's do that while we're thinking about it. Yeah, still no meadow. So I don't know if we're just broken here or if it's going to be a month after. And while I'm thinking about it, our tractors are kind of tied up. If we can just get going with some more goats, because I want the production. So where would our trailer be for feed? Oh yeah, lots of goods piling up. We haven't really sold anything here in April because we're focused on farm work, on field work. That's good. Before loading this in, we had 68,000 liters left. So we might have made mistakes. We might be looking for a field that we might need to plant grass or alfalfa. You know, trying to be cheeky and get away with not having to cut grass for the goat challenge, but that's what we've kept the equipment for a reason. We'll get this fully populated with 11,000, and I will go ahead and get the animals purchased. 250 and another 112. So that gives us 362 in here. And I hope the meadow shows up next month. I don't know, guys. All right, and at this other one that's going to hold 620. This is insane. So this is going to eat up a lot of our costs here. But we are going to buy the, 8-month-old ones. And there we go. We're down to $650,000 because we got a lot of livestock. And I have a feeling that this one we're going to want to stay here with that. But we'll shut it off. Now, is this doing pretty good? Milk's looking okay. All right, now we can get back to planting. And hoping, to get the soybeans in the ground and possibly, it was sorghum. We'll double check that it was sorghum. I think it was, or I don't think it was canola. I think it was definitely sorghum we wanted to do on one field. Just to mix it up a little bit. No peas this time around. We made a good amount of money off of peas already, and the seeds seem to be dropping at a pretty decent rate. So I have a feeling we will run out on this field. But I'll see you in a little bit as we keep making progress here. Boy, this is a new one. I don't even know anymore, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to save it, but what a day. What a couple days. All right, we seem to be finally making some progress here without interruptions, and we're expecting the case to be freed up soon, which is a good thing. This field is huge. It is huge compared to the other one. We're definitely going to want the case. Yeah, they just finished their job, but let's take a look here. We have 32.4 acres, and 38 is 24 acres. So, we're looking at another 8 acres here compared to the other one. So let's finish this pass, and then we're going to put the John Deere on the smaller fields with a worker, and we're going to get the case home and get the planter out and finish this field. Then look at this. Getting lucky again with fertilizer. Love it. Some bizarre things going on. We're driving in now, and all the white from the lime disappeared. Maybe that's normal. Yeah, this is one of the fields that we're going to want to plant, so we'll just go ahead and stop right here. We're going to need to get some seed, but let's get this home, and it's definitely still got its white on it. Let's see if it disappears too. It is slowly disappearing. Oh, interesting. So we don't need the fertilizer, so we'll want to empty that out so we don't just waste our product. And, okay, who parked them like this? I'm now convinced that this thing's just trash. Okay, I tried filling that up with seed, and it's just not doing it, so we're gonna end up selling that. We'll take our loss on the money, but that's unfortunate. We'll look for a different one. I apologize if anybody out there knows who made the mod, and I could probably reset it and it might do a little better, but I'm done fighting with things at this point, guys. All right, we'll let them put some soybeans in the ground in that field, and we should have plenty of capacity in here. We'll have to just reconfigure this route or this field to work better for us to finish it. Not sure what it's doing here, but we're gonna trust the process. Yeah, much better width. So we got a lot. We got a lot to do. I feel like we're running behind. It is already 2:30, and we're still on this field. But we do have that second field going with the AI worker, so that's going to be helpful. And I think after this field, we'll try to get the sorghum done and hope that we can get that AI worker to get the 2 soybean fields done. So we're going to have lots of soybeans this time around. Going big on soybeans. We'll have a big field of corn as well. That's we're going to focus on in May. And yeah, I think, you know, hopefully we have some daylight here in April. We're going to have to check on the goats here momentarily because we have lots of goats and not a big capacity of feed. So after this field, I'll probably take a peek at that, and if we need to feed them, I'll let you guys know. But I'm gonna get back to being focused and give you guys some cool updates later on. And just wrapping up the first soybean field. Feels pretty good to get that done. Need some fuel. We do have a fuel tank at the farm. I was looking at the line of credit, or the net worth mod, and I think it's adding in the farmlands from the leases. So I'm gonna double check on that. If that's the case, our net worth is definitely not 6 million. So we're a little bit behind that. I'll get that fixed if that is the case, or we'll just have to make it to where we have to terminate the leases before the playthrough's over. All right, whoops. Went a little too far to get this filled up. That should be good for now. We are going to head on over and get our liquid fertilizer back. And the field right in front of us is where we're going to put some sorghum. Should be a pretty quick planting session with this equipment. And hope this is enough liquid fertilizer. If not, we will get more. All right, there we go. Getting some sorghum in the ground for the first time. Cruising just fine. 12 miles an hour, it looks like we're able to go. Yeah, they're doing good on this soybean field. It looks like they still have 900 liters of seeds. So they should be able to get on the next one, which is the field behind us. And then I'm thinking we're going to have to find a grass field because I don't think the meadow is going to show up in May. And at that point, we'll make an adjustment and potentially buy another field that already has grass on it and go that route and have to start cutting that, or alfalfa. We'll see what's available to us. But yeah, switching to the case definitely helped us get back on track to be able to get these done today. And I might, well, I can't. I'd have to cultivate the field in front of us. That's why we're using the seeder over there, because it can do no-till, but bam, this is going to be done in no time. Easy little field, especially for this equipment. All right, that was so quick, and this field is prepped and primed for us. We're going to do a little sunflower action over here. And again, with this equipment, my goodness, this is going to be cake. And then we'll take over the John Deere and the seeder after this is done, so we can get that done a little bit quicker than the AI workers are doing it. Just about out of fuel as we're finishing up our April planting session. We got 5 fields done. Got the sunflowers there. We got sorghum, soybeans on 3 fields. Looking good. Yeah, we'll have to get some diesel after this, and I think we're going to make a purchase to start May, but we're going to sell all our goods before that. But pretty good planting session. I'm glad we got it done by 5 o'clock here, or almost 6 o'clock. And we are officially looking to wrap up April here with a huge payday. I did have to add some feed already to the 600 plus goat pasture, so a little worried about that. We'll have to babysit those overnight. We should have enough feed though, and that selling event brought in about over $400,000. I think we're gonna make a large payment towards the debt too once I get home. I think it makes sense at this point to lower the interest we're paying every month. Well, we did sell all the planks, so how are we doing over here capacity-wise? Oh, we can't just hover and see? Annoying. And taking a look at our field states while we're in here. We did get fertilizer, which I did know that was the case with the no-till going on there. But we'll take it. And looking at the carpentry, yeah, we did make a little bit of a mistake there. We probably should have moved some planks. How close are we? I might stay up a little bit until we get our next planks and planks long. Yeah, we'll do that, and we'll get those moved over. This tree is so large. No way they're going to accept it. But how are we doing over here? I might move it over here. Yeah, we'll have to move it over there. All right. I'm going to stay busy. I'll see you in May. Oh, but let's do that thing first. Let's go in the line of credit. And, I mean, boy, we could pay a lot of this off. We're going to pay $1 million. And that brings our debt down to $403,000. We might take some money out. We might not. But that should definitely help us when it comes to interest moving forward. All right, some good news. We have 182,000 liters of meadow here. We were filling it up, so we bought ourselves some time. But I still think it might make sense to look into a solution. We'll play it. We're going to pay attention for a couple months. It's super dark at this point. We're going to head back over to the other enclosure and see if the meadow populated over there as well. We do have about 40,000 liters of dry alfalfa, so we might get by for another year without making that decision. Go ahead and leave the lights so we can see a little bit better. 97,000 here, looking good. And then over yonder, where are we at? We're turned around. We're turned around. Where is our field? There it is. We've got 86,000 still over here, so we're looking good. Things are looking good. See you in the morning. Well, it's May, and our corn planting is just about to get underway. Just want to make sure they're going okay with it and getting started before we start selling some goods and moving some milk around, because I have something I want to purchase, and I want to see if we can afford it prior to taking out a little bit of this line of credit. And because of the way we made these pens and the way we're using auto-loading, we're going to have to start prepping these to get picked up. So it adds a little bit of a task of us manually moving things, which is absolutely perfect in my opinion. So we'll just like stage these over here for auto drive. I think about right there should be good, and we'll have to go over to the other pen. I already have the semi over there. That's when I kind of discovered probably not going to be able to move things pretty easily with our current setup. So it would be ideal to have a little bit of a piece of equipment by each of the pens so we don't have to drive it back and forth, but you know, we might be able to get to that point financially with everything. Go ahead and lower those there as well. And that one they should be able to pick up, but we're going to get this grain cart out of the way as well. We don't really need it right now while we have meadow. We'll check later in the year, and I'll keep an eye in between, like when we start skipping days, just to make sure we have the feed where it needs to be, but it's in the way right now. Where I kind of pulled up and was like, yeah, that's not going to work. So let's go ahead and get the semi moved out of the way. These cows over here are rocking and rolling. I think we probably want to level this ground to make this a little bit easier. That's going to be a nightmare. Especially for someone like me. That looks better. Let's see if we improved it enough. It seems like it. So we'll be able to back out 2 at a time. Get these moved. And yeah, we're going to be, you know, running some chores today, so... And we got some work to do on weeds and a little bit of fertilization. So yeah, I'm hoping to bring in enough money to buy a piece of equipment to really help us with that. I believe all 10,000 should be able to go in here, no problem. There we go. And then we can use the skid steer to move the other ones when time comes. I'll move the other ones later on. I want to get some things sold, see how we're doing financially. And don't mind our crazy route here. So this should be a normal amount of milk per night now. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me. Only 4,000. We did sell pretty late, so we're going to get a little less lettuce than we normally get because of how late we sold in April. But that's okay. Yeah, 2,000 furniture. So let's take a look over here in the production. And I hope the sawmill, yeah, it's got enough wood. So planks in the carpentry. Yeah, I think we can go one more month without moving those. So we'll go ahead and sell the little bit. Okay, we don't have a lot of money. We're probably going to be taking out a little, or we don't have a lot of goods to sell because of how late we sold. So we'll probably be taking out a little bit of cash, but from the line of credit, but that is okay. And I probably know what I'm going to try to purchase, but let's get this sold, see where our dollar amount's at, see how much we need to borrow. Still think we're a couple months away from being debt free, and I don't know if it would be, did we get that other plank or wood beam? I don't know how far off we are from selling the soybeans. Yeah, they still need to go up quite significantly, so I think it will be probably late May or late June or July for that. And that's definitely when we'll should we do everything right, be out of debt at that point. So 4,000 goat milk, 14,000 lettuce, 2,000 furniture, 2,000 wood beams, and 2,000 planks. So no planks long or long planks. Oh, they are on there. They're just not counting. That's okay. They'll get sold either way. We should make an actual path through here at this point. All right, unstrap. Make sure we're in all the way. $169,000 brings us up to $335. Let's get the semi home and go shopping. All right, we're gonna go to the line of credit. We're going to draw funds, and we're gonna take out $90,000. Still keeps our debt below $500,000. We are gonna buy the Patriot here, and narrow tires. Yeah, that's fine. This will be awesome. I love this thing. And to start with, we're gonna go swing by the old pear production and pick up all the liquid fertilizer that we had. And we'll do the fertilizer first. And because we won't be doing fertilizer on the cornfield today, but we will be spraying weeds, so I figured we'll get all the fertilizer done here, and then we can switch over to herbicide after that. And I am keeping an eye on the AI worker. They're at 72% for their fertilizer level, and seed's at 94, so I think seed will absolutely be fine, but we might need to deliver a little bit of liquid fertilizer for them before they're done. But we'll find out. Did the production steal it? No way. We had so much over here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Driving like a maniac. We'll get it delivered though over to the field over by the new big soybean field. I didn't take a look at the meadow. Let's see how the meadow's doing on this field here. 172,000. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. That's so many goats over here. All 620 of them. And let's see what the capacity of this thing was. Really? Just 6,500? Okay. So I think what we'll do to start, make sure we go to liquid. These are 2,000 each. We'll do 4 of them. Oh, we need to take out some more cash. Okay. Draw funds. Let's take out 50K just to be safe. We can pay it back. And liquid fertilizer. Yeah, we'll do 8,000. Man, we got robbed. So what I did in between sessions is I did sell the seed tender, and with all the lime that we lost, I just completely filled up the planter to, kind of counteract that, since I couldn't figure out how to unload the lime. So that's how we're going to balance that out, and I think that'll be good moving forward. I think we got this under control. So 5 fields to spray for fertilizer and 6 fields to spray for herbicide today. And with this width, no time at all. No time at all. And I have a feeling, yeah, we can move pretty quick. Is this one that we can adjust the width of the tires too? So we can turn a little bit better? I think it is. Change working width. That's not what we want. Steering assist, activate. Yep, there we go. That's how we want them. Give us better traction or just better steering with the balance of balancing things out by widening the tires. And let's take, let's just double check because I've seen weird things on this map. Yeah, this field didn't need it. This field didn't need it. Come on, Chris. We knew that. Wasted a little bit of product. So 5 fields, 4 fields to spray for fertilizer, and 6 for herbicide. All right, we did top up while we drove by the container there. And away we go. Yep, we can see it's darker on the soil now. And just to satisfy my brain, we'll come in here and see that it is getting darker. So we'll need 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these 4 we'll need for fertilizer. This one will need... Wow, they're almost done. we'll need for fertilizer. Oh my goodness, I'm so impressed. We'll need for fertilizer next month, but we'll need to get them all sprayed for weeds today. Yeah, so pretty tedious and somewhat exciting stuff because that means we're super close to harvest season. I'll keep you guys posted. You know, the bizarre things just keep happening in this episode. This tank will not go in this. I cannot get it to load. I don't understand, like, the comedy of things that are happening at this point. Just bizarre to me. Like, unload these ones, which now aren't gonna, like, they'll unload and we can fill these ones up. Oh, don't stop. Apparently you have to be that close. So 2,000, this one's gonna have about, I forget, yeah. And then this one it just won't go in. So like the bizarreness of today and everything that's been happening, I'm blown away, guys. I'm blown away. Let's go ahead and purchase the herbicide we need. I am gonna do just 3,000. Yeah, we'll do the same amount that we did. We'll buy more if we need to. I have a feeling we're gonna burn through a little bit more of this stuff, but hopefully all of these are, you know, successfully able to go in the sprayer. All right, I guess we're full. I don't even know what to say anymore. I do want to start with the big field. Oh, ay, guys. Confused. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's 11 o'clock. We're just cruising through work. The planting's done. We're going to head over there after doing these 5 fields with the spraying. You know, and then we'll need to do the second application of fertilizer on the cornfield in June, as we probably just said about 10 seconds ago in this video. But yeah, getting these weeds taken care of. This implement drives beyond fast enough, so it's a dream. I'm loving this equipment. I'm loving the progress in this series. Just want to figure out what mods are causing my bugs. Milk production is rocking and rolling. 12,000 and a little bit extra in 24 hours from our big goat enclosure here. Wow. Might be time to upgrade that production. We're going to find out in a little bit. Well, we need money for that too, but you know what I mean. All right, we're going to cruise by here, see if it takes all of this. And I have a feeling it's either this month or next month we're gonna kind of run out of room in here. All right, let's see if this other 2,000 can get taken. A little tricky here. Get a little farther over, run into the skid steer. Oh, didn't mean to pick that up. Are we at capacity? We're not. We just didn't get far enough over. There we go. All right, so it looks like it will be next month. So that's okay. Time to sell our goods. Then we just need to get some fertilizer spread. And I think that's all we have to do this month. And then it's just kind of coast until it's time for harvest. Since we aren't doing the August harvest like we did with the peas, it'll just be a little bit more time for me to get through on the background here. And I'll keep you guys updated as we go, obviously. All right, here's a look at the goods we're selling today. Looks like long planks, 2,000. Goat bottled milk, 5,000. 19,000 lettuce, 3,000 wood beams, and 3,000 furniture. Pretty good payday today, I would assume. Yeah, $245,000. And we'll be checking the prices of soybeans here momentarily. But I do want to get that field sprayed next. So let's get the semi put away and head on over to the big cornfield. Yeah, corn coming in good here. Fertilization 50%. Yield bonus right now looking at 75%. We'll get that upgraded here. We do have plenty of fertilizer in here. Did notice an interesting problem with getting started where it says we don't have access to the field. But we'll go ahead and get going now. We'll come get that other part that we just missed on our way around the headland. But this doesn't take very long and there should be plenty of fertilizer. I did notice when I unloaded the herbicide and then came back and loaded the fertilizer, I was able to get that pallet. I don't know what's going on with the game, guys. So switching products seemed to kind of reset it, apparently. But anyways, strange days, strange times. It's been a strange episode. See you in a little bit. Well, we're well above peak price for dried soybeans, so we're going to go ahead and get them sold. We have just a little bit in here after this load. But 51,000, like this is, we're about to pay off the line of credit. Pay off the line of credit, and I think we'll probably close it and just live off of whatever money we have moving forward. I think that's the wise decision because, you know, that's, you know, a thing. We're going to be 2 goals done after selling this. We'll be out of debt and we'll have 100,000 bottled goat milk stored. 50% there. Looks like we're selling the back one first. That's okay. Insane dollar amount here. 187,000 just for the one hopper there. Selling the front. Should be another good number. Mind blown. 113 there. And then the middle is sold now. We got another 72,000, bringing us up to 631. Let's go get the rest of the soybeans and get the rest of our money. It doesn't seem like it's as much as I thought it was going to be. But still, insane payday. And here we go. Last little bit of dried soybeans for this year getting sold. Another $66,000. All right, let's hop into the line of credit. And we're going to go ahead and make a payment and then click on the pay full balance. Now, we should be at 0 and we should be able to close it. And if we wanted to apply for one, we can get up to $3 million if we decide to. But it is closed. It took us 36 months that we used it. That's not bad at all. We are in year 4, but use the line of credit for, you know, we're actually just about 36 months into this playthrough, and that's insane that we've got that part done already. We're halfway through it. Got some chores to do. Make sure we have enough wood going forward. Make sure we have enough feed going forward. If there's anything interesting before harvest, I will let you guys know. But I'll probably see you when we start harvesting, and our dollar amount will probably be pretty different because I'm going to do the selling events off camera on those months. All right, we are jumping in here. I remembered also by checking that we're probably going to have a harvest in August since sorghum grows so fast. But milk production is through the roof. We had over 35,000, and forgive me here. We're going to get everything in here that we can because I have a feeling. Yeah, 58,000. We're there. We're there. Okay. Yeah, so after filling that up, we still have... Oh, we grabbed some of the bottled milk, which is fine. We'll go ahead and sell all this together. Let's grab the rest of the bottled milk. But 23,000 excess goat milk. So we're wanting to get our money up to be able to upgrade this again. So we get all of those. Let's see if that's all of it. Yeah, that'll be all of it. But let's hop in here and see what that dollar amount is. So upgrade, not enough. Oh, it just says not enough money. Okay, I believe it's going to be a little more than 210. This is definitely going to be enough money to get us there, and then we'll take a look at that. But probably don't want to upgrade that till next month, since we won't have the excess. Well, I guess we could start getting the extra production. Yeah, we'll sell this. We'll see how much money we have. See if we have enough to do that upgrade. I think it'll be well worth it. I do love the upgrade mod. Upgrade production mod, because I feel like it's realistic. That building might be the one that's the least, because, you know, that's a sign. Well, we're gonna have the, you know, least amount of room to like add more equipment in there, but some of these other buildings are so large that it's like you could fit more production in there. I think. At least that's the way my brain translates it. But let's see how much the excess milk and the bottled milk brings in today. Oh yeah, we can't sell the bottled milk or the regular milk here, but that's all right. 75,000 there. Well, let's just see before we head over to the other dairy if we can get that upgraded, and if it does increase the capacity of what we can store, we'll throw some of this in there, if not all of it. Who knows? We might not have enough capacity here, but or enough money, but let's see. Oh, too far. Right there. There's the button. Still not enough money. Okay, so we will go ahead and sell it today. I'm sure we'll see the dollar amount afterwards. I'm sure we'll have enough after selling this, but maybe not. This should be a glorious payday right here. All right, well, there it is. Okay, I was trying to remember where we sell it, but let's see what happens. I think we do need to unstrap here. Just keep cruising through. 300,000. My goodness, Chris. This is an insane playthrough. Yeah, 252. We'll go ahead and spend it. So now we can fit 87,000 goat milk in there, and we're going to be processing 4,700 a month. So we're going to be getting roughly 9,000 bottled goat milk a month at this point. And, you know, that upgrade's going to eat into our net worth. And again, the lease fields are showing up, the two of them. Get ourselves on a safe trajectory. And then we'll check the net worth. To fix that net worth, I probably won't have time to mess around with the mod itself, and we're just gonna buy those. But it's showing us just about 7 million. Farmland's at 3.8, and that's because of the lease fields. In January, my hope is to have enough money to just purchase those 2 plots, because we don't plan on getting rid of them, and we will have enough money at that point. So might as well do the real estate investment instead of leasing once we can physically afford it. But I'm going to just, do a little bit of prepping here, make sure we're ready, and get to that sorghum harvest. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, we've got plenty of goods to sell here in August, but it's time to get to harvesting. I did move around the milk already, and we were able to fit all the milk in to the production, so we're good there. And the other outstanding thing is the big field is filling up on milk before we're able to get to it, or last night it was. So a little bit more than 24 hours worth of production led us to filling up the output over there. So it was 14,000 liters, and it absolutely it has to get a little bit more babysitting. So we'll have to pay attention to that next month and make sure we move a little bit of the milk before sleeping, so that they can produce overnight. I didn't check the meadows. We'll have to see soon when we're going to run out, or if we're going to run out. But yeah, doing the sorghum harvest here. Should be a pretty quick one, but we'll get it dried. It'll be a little bit of a buff of selling sorghum, and it's nice to have a different crop and mixing it up. Coming in 15% full already. Let's take a look at the rest of the fields. I think everything else is going to be October? Yeah, it looks like the sunflowers and corn will be in November, and the 3 soybean fields will be in October. So I think we did that about right. I haven't done a count of the sheep that we have, which we could do that just so we can have an update on that. We only need 190. We have 1,310 goats already. So we need one little field and 190 more goats. And boy, we're producing a ton of milk already. Around the headland, and we got 98% full here, so let's go ahead and unload. No reason not to just bring the semi over for that. So this is going to yield a little better than I thought for this size of a field. Hoping to get might get another combine full. Would be nice. Get about 28,000 liters of sorghum here. And it should be, what, the 95% yield bonus that we're getting? Only 77? What must need to do lime? Yep, okay. So this will be, we'll have to do lime on this field next. So we lost, 10% there, or a good amount there. That doesn't add up to me. Something else is a miss there. 77%. We're expecting 95. I wonder if it needed it before. No, it doesn't, because I don't know, guys. Either way, it's yielding pretty good. Back up here, we'll keep cruising along on this harvest, and we'll see if we need to buy some propane. I think we're going to be pretty low on that, but we got money. We're net profit right now. No debt. Looking pretty freaking solid. I'll see you guys at the end of this harvest. And we're unloading the harvester. We did end up getting, well, I went back and forth and it was more than 50%, so it would have been more than another combine full. Just a little bit more. But getting our total up to 33,900. I'll take it for a 77% yield bonus on this field. Absolutely, all day long. And unloading the sorghum. We'll take a look at the propane level once we get done with this. All right, just making sure, yeah, last bit's going in there. So we'll have 33,000 liters of sorghum. And we have a decent amount of propane. Let's go ahead and get that activated. And we'll check on that in the morning. I don't think we'll buy any yet. We'll see if we can get by. I guess I could probably do the math on the rate, but I'm gonna risk it there. Let's check over here. Can we get to another month? Nope. We'll have to cut down another tree or two. And I've been targeting some big boys, but I'm gonna see you guys when it's time to harvest again. Well, we are joining you here in September because we're going to have a significant payday here. 27,000 liters of goat milk would not fit in the dairy. So we're going to sell this, and then we have a good amount of backup in our sawmill and furniture and lettuce to sell as well, and the bottled goat milk. So we're going to have a pretty significant payday today. Yeah, pretty significant here. Just drive-by selling. 333,000. Insane. All right, let's get the rest of the goods sold. Doing the flat map challenge, I started getting a idea that goat milk was pretty OP. Did not realize how easy it is to make money off of goat milk, especially with the fact that they're living off the meadow. They're so low maintenance. It's beyond awesome. And this playthrough is going about how I wanted it to. It's moving a little quicker. I do know that DJ, as he selected to go normal when he made up this challenge, so normal economy, that is, I kind of see why. And again, I'm eyeing year 5 for the net worth. I don't know if we'll get up to it. I mean, we'll have a pretty good idea here, but I have a feeling that we're going to get pretty freaking close to getting this done by 5 years. I don't know if we'll be upgrading the production again. We might. Level 3 seems high enough to me. So, see, we do have a decent amount over here. Alrighty, let's get these all auto-loaded. See if there's anything else in here. Looks like they are coming out. That'll do it. You know, and again, lots of lettuce to sell. And we'll probably do the lettuce and goat bottled milk right now. And then do all of the sawmill goods after that. Yeah, we've waited a little bit. We got 19,000 bottled milk and 61,000 lettuce. All right, here we go. $476,000. We're over $1 million in cash. It's going to be real hard not to spend money. Look at all of this, too. Yeah, let's... yeah, I'll get it all loaded, guys. Oh, my. Look at these numbers. We did move some planks and long planks over to the carpentry. 9,000 wood beams, 6,000 long planks, 9,000 planks, and 9,000 furniture. Holy. What a playthrough. What a rich farmer we're becoming here. We always knew it was going to be there, but man, 300,000 more dollars. Let's get to those soybean harvests. Before we break for that, I think I want to take a look at all of these. So still 147,000 liters of meadow here. And at this one, right by the farm, 77,000. And our original one out here, we still have 68,000. So tracking pretty good, guys. Tracking pretty good. Every once in a while in these videos, I do something that's probably a bad idea, but we're going to do it today. We're going to learn a mod together, and it's the Courseplay GPS Extended mod. I'm hoping it's a pretty quick learning curve. I have a feeling it is. You can see we have the combine set here over there in the distance. Way in the distance, you can see the semi and the John Deere with the auger wagon. This is going to be our biggest harvest yet, so getting everything prepped, but we're heading in to buy some propane before we get started. And it is 9 o'clock because we did have a morning rainstorm that we had to get through here in October. So we have 3 fields that we're harvesting today. And we're hoping to get them all done because if they go into November, we're going to be pushing it to get the corn and sunflowers harvested in November. So trying to stay focused, but getting a late start like I mentioned. But we are going to buy a full lot. A full trailer worth of propane because we did run out. Need to put a little road right here to cut over. There is just a little bit of sorghum still to dry, but we're going to get the soybeans over here drying pretty quick, so figured we'll buy a whole trailer worth. And I think it was like 25 grand. What the heck happened over here? But we have the money right now. We're sitting pretty. You know, 1.3 million. We got some things we're going to want to buy. But I think we're going to do that for, I don't know. I was tempted, guys. And I'm still debating it. Doubling up the harvesters. Doubling up the auger wagons. Doubling up the semi. I just don't know. I don't know if we're going to do that yet. 8,000 in propane costs us $24,000. And this, I don't know if, I don't think 8,000 will be enough. It might be. We'll learn together again. Because, you know, not taking a look at the rates on these ones. But the Fiat's still doing its job, you know, little jobs here and there. But that's all done, so we'll shut that off. And yeah, because I want to learn this myself, we're going to come in here. We're going to see if there's a new option. Figure out what's going on. We're going to set up 2 headlands, and we are going to set this up on lands, and we'll let it generate. I'm assuming we have something in here. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Did the course generate? No, it didn't because we weren't in the field. Let's go ahead and just start harvesting. And then we'll come in here. Looking good now. We'll go ahead and generate. And we'll back on out. And I don't know. Course GPS tracking removed due to... Oh, I missed the message. Let's generate it. See if we can see it. Back out. I don't see anything yet. All right. Let's try to look in controls. I always try to see how intuitive it is before I start looking into controls. Course play GPS on and off. Control Shift G. Control Shift G. And we'll just go. And there we go. We got our vision back. So I think if we do this, we'll see that it's just cruising on it. You know, we're not using a worker. This is interesting. Now, I don't know if that's something we have to lock into, and I don't see any indicator that we're locked into it. But it seems to be doing the job. Missed it a little bit right there. This is exciting because then we can just hand this over to course play. It's perfect. We don't have to worry about it. It is the exact same course we're working on. I can go, you know, I could do half the ups and downs if I wanted to and then hand it over. We can do it exactly how we want. We can jump in and out of the harvest. We can, you know, go do other things. This is exciting. And we're going to test that right now. So what I'm going to do, we're going to say, let's go ahead and stop. We'll go nearest waypoint. Let them continue. We're going to hop over here, and we'll go ahead and we'll just let them do a regular worker here. And start getting this field cultivated. We want to get that going. Get out of their way. And then we can come back over here and see that they're, you know, only at 19%. So we'll go ahead and stop it. We'll back up, lower it, get it activated, Control Shift G, get locked in, and continue on. Very, very happy with that. Very excited. Let's hop out for a second and let's, you know, hover over here and see 85% yield bonus. Something I'm forgetting or missing. Now, do I have to... Oh, I probably needed to lock back in. There we go. Now, how are they going to do this turn? Not bad. Not bad. Blown away, guys. I can't believe I haven't logged... Or, I can't believe I haven't signed into this one yet or downloaded it until now. Such a great addition to the game. The other sweet thing with this is we could set this up with 2 harvesters, and I could run one of the harvesters alongside of it with Courseplay and the GPS system. I'm geeking out here, guys. Like, is this a sponsored video? Where I imagine we'd probably want to keep it in this state when we're doing ups and downs, so we can make sure we're going to the right path. Yeah, we'll keep playing around with it and let you know what I think. But we will definitely pause our harvest up here to unload. We're at, only 69%. Almost, I guess it's not fully around the headland. There's quite a bit of the headland left to do. But we are going to do 2 headlands and then probably hand off. Did I do 2 machines? Let's double check. No, I did headlands. We need to get the advanced settings going to do multiple machines. So we should be at about perfect distance to be able to just stop right here and unload. And we are. And being a majority solo player, these things just, they're the best. They're the best. It's amazing to have these type of mods and help us just enjoy the game as a solo player and creator. See you guys in a little bit. And as we're coming up to the end of the first headland, I wanted to see what it's going to do. Like, if I just let it do its thing, is it going to automatically move itself to the second headland, or do we have to do that? So momentarily we will see. A little mod review in the middle of video. I mean, as of right now, this is never getting uninstalled and it's going to be added to my essentials pack. And probably, it would be one of those things where Courseplay and the GPS extended Courseplay would be the same number, in the top 10. But here we go. Here's the big moment. What's it going to do? I'm satisfied with it either way. And they are automatically, I'm not doing anything, guys. It's automatically moving into the second headland. Fascinating. Okay, it just broke. And then which is fine because I think the route broke and cruise control also stopped at the same time there. So it caused the tractor to actually, or the harvester to actually stop. I will be interested to see if that happens again on this headland, and I'll let you guys know if it does. All right, nerding out some more here. We're coming up on a red dot, so I assume that's when they're going to break. And I have this open so we can see it. And let's see what happens. This is going to cause us to actually have to turn. And I wanted to see if cruise control does automatically disable. Beyond blown away, guys. So we finished that ourselves. And then we kind of back up. I don't know why the little vision disappeared there. And then we come back in like so. And we can hit our button again. Get cruise control back going. And back at it until we run into another red dot. And there is a little overlap on the headlands. That's why we're seeing a little area that we're not harvesting. Totally normal with Courseplay. But that is where you run into a little bit of an issue with multiple tractors or multiple machines when that does happen. Now the little indicator is automatically going away. It was a little weird. I don't know if there's a setting for that we could adjust. We could dive into that a little bit later, but we should see the same thing here. Cruise control should get disabled. Yep, our vision gets disabled. And we finish it ourselves, and we get back to it. Unbelievably better than base game GPS. Just blown away. And I've gone ahead and handed this over to a worker. Not a worker, to Courseplay, I should say. And it automatically stopped when it needed unloaded, so now I can jump in here and do this job. You know, get our cruise control close to... This is what we need of 6. And then we'll pull far enough forward. And they should continue on. This is glorious, guys. Oh, I don't have enough words to praise this. I cannot believe I haven't used this yet. Case is finished cultivating the field. Once we get done with this harvest, we'll bring them over here, but I don't trust it enough to start it during the harvest. I'm not that good at Courseplay and all that. But we'll break here, drop off at the semi, and we're just going to let them continue to do it themselves with Courseplay while we run cart. Absolutely blown away, guys. Nerding out big time. It's PC only. It is on ModHub. Pretty slick. Didn't have to do anything different except for hit Control-Shift-G, and it worked. What a beauty. Got a big brain moment here. We could just use a Courseplay here. And it is doing more headlands. I might reconfigure it to just do one. And I don't know. We might. I might just do the headlands just to get a little bit ahead too. But this is cool. This is like game changing for me. You know, watching the harvester do the harvest. We got the John Deere close by. We can get multiple things done. I can jump from job to job, whatever one I want. I feel like a salesman right now, guys. You guys should be sold on this already too if you have a PC. I'm sure you're already using it, and I'm the one that's late to the game here, but my goodness, I'm happy. Cruising around here, we see 29 minutes left in this harvest, and we should be filling up the semi for the first time here. I think we'll have a little left over. I could be wrong. Let's see what happens. Yeah, absolutely. We do have a little bit left over in the auger wagon, so we'll go drop off this first 51,000 liters of soybeans and get the production up and running. You know, we could have handed over to Courseplay, but we're going to get to the point where we're running into the crop, so I decided not to yet on the case there. Game changing, guys. Rejuvenated interest in bigger harvests and bigger fields. Should be base game in my opinion. It's amazing though. I kind of wanted to see if I could completely keep up this myself before we do full-on auto drive setup on these fields this time around. And it feels like we're doing pretty good because we're doing some extra work at this point. All right, get the front going and then we'll get the middle, but we might as well come in here. And I did remember, big brain moment. My mouse died, guys. My mouse is dead. We have the field tracker thingy, yield tracker. Even though we think I think it's off a little bit, but 53,000, we know we dropped off a little more than that, so it's still off a little bit. Not sure why, because when this is done, we should have more than 53,000 already here. No, 51, so maybe it's been fixed. I got a video out there showing some issues with it, but here we go. Soybeans activated again. Plenty of propane for now. Let's get back out there. They're 37% full right now, so we still have a little bit of time before we really need to unload them. Beautiful process. Great harvest so far. I did take over the end just to kind of, you know, play around a little bit with it. It's a little, you know, it's a little perfect, guys. It's a little bit, where has this been my whole life? All right, so we're going to start unloading this. Shut the header off. Start unloading that. Oh, get over there right, guys. Come on. And then we're going to come in here. We're going to open this up. Go nearest waypoint. Let them go ahead and run. And they just ate some money. They did some repairs, didn't they? Go ahead and show you what I can do here, because I like to do all that myself. Go threshold, break threshold. Yep, everything should be good now. We'll let them take over. They got 45 minutes left on their job. And we can take this and get it going, started on the next field. And then we can go ahead and take the auger wagon on over to the semi. Figure out the total that we had. And we're looking at 345 right now. So 2 fields, they're not as big. But they're still... Well, this next one's decent. It's decent. But we'll get it started with Courseplay. Probably let it do its whole thing. And just unload it when the time comes. Yeah. Beautiful process, guys. But we can look at field tracker. 73,700. That was much better. I think we got just under 60,000 from that last field. Not bad. They haven't started the harvest yet. I'm sure they're going to wherever that course originally started from. But I have a feeling we're going to get done with these harvests before Homeboy's done with that field. Field bonus on this field is 75 as well, so this one's going to need lime too, though I thought we did that already. Yep, needs lime there, I guess. It looks like these are going to need it too. Or maybe, I don't know. Those are the ones we might have done lime on. Field 3, it looks like year 1 we did soybeans and got 26,971 liters. We'll see how that compares this year. Now, taking over and running this myself because I noticed that big area that was missed. So, we'll just do this one ourselves. I am going to use course play still. But man, should be a quick harvest. Seems like we're already starting to get somewhat dark here. So we will definitely be harvesting into the night. Loop around, just get this bit here. We should be able to just pull this off. And as we turn around, get that last bit. As we get closer here, we'll just go ahead and lock on in. All right, I will see you at the end of these harvests, guys. Well, we're getting close to end of year 4 here. It is 8:01 in November. We're over here taking a look at the production. We have 117,000 dried soybeans in here. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and deactivate that. And, oh, well, it needs to be activated. We're missing propane. So, oh, we do have a tractor over here. So we will definitely get this completely full again. And then once I do that, we'll take a look at how the the soybeans. We'll look at the totals of the 2 fields that we missed. During the late night harvest, it got super dark on us. But another 24,000 getting spent right now. Yeah, that'll get the soybeans going. It was field 3 was one of them. With soybeans, we ended up getting a little bit less. No, a little bit more, 26,971. And then the other field was field number 5. So let's take a look there. Year 4, oh no, I did that backwards. Year 3, we did get a little bit less. And field 5, we got 20,100. So between the two, you know, about another 46,000. Pretty solid harvest of soybeans between the 3 fields that we did there. Over 117,000 dried already and about another 7,000 to go. But we're going to get some sunflowers in here pretty quick this morning. So that'll be good. We got that recap going. No longer missing materials. Yeah, 7,000 soybeans. It'll get through those pretty quick. We got this ready to go out to the far field once we get the soybean harvest going. I think before December, I'll have to add, yeah, we'll do a little bit here. We're close to wood chips as well. We'll sell those in December. Lots of money still to be made. But we will go ahead and, whoa, I don't know why we're on time 6. No wonder it's going so fast. We need all the time we get today. We're going to head out to the dairy first, and we're going to sell the excess goat milk. We already refilled the production to its max. You know, I'm not sold either way on if we should add another production or if we're just going to make money like we are here. With the excess, I mean, we're talking 26,000 we would need to produce every month, this seems about. So I think that would be a couple more upgrades. Or maybe we get another... Oh, almost tipped it. Maybe we get another production that we upgrade a couple times instead of going to like level 4 on that one. I think either way we'll make those decisions in year 5. But, you know, super close to doing that. We're going to do it. I did think this through. We're going to get to the morning of January in this episode. We're going to terminate the lease, buy those 2 fields, as long as we have enough money, and I think we will. And that should get us completely set on our net worth. So no more leases. I think we're a little beyond that with this playthrough at this point. We could lease a whole bunch, you know, lease pretty much every field at this point with the way we're making money, but I think that would be pretty intense. All right, coming in hot to the dairy to sell our bottled, no, our regular goat milk. I don't think they'll buy the bottled. They might. Not slow down. We'll just cruise through. I mean, we're making $344,000 a month right now on the excess milk. Just bananas. I think what we're going to do, for the sake of having an awesome selling event in December, we're going to hold off on selling those. But yeah, if we come over here and we kind of hover, we can see 86,879. Intense, intense. All right, let's get this out. We will fill it up with some diesel, because I have a feeling we're going to need it. Get that going. And I kind of want to spend the money on maintenance before the harvest. We're going to go ahead and repair it. $2,000. Just to get it in full repaired state. That should be plenty of diesel. And I know it'll probably get dirty pretty fast, but we're just going to give this thing a fresh start to maximize our yield as much as possible. And we'll clean it up, because it was 96% dirty after that last big harvest day there. All clean. No idea if they're even going to fill up the harvester here. All right, let's get courseplay going. We'll do, the same thing we've been doing here. I mean, 2 headlands is going to be a little silly. Let's go ahead and change that to 1 on this and let them get going. And we're going to come over here. We got this field done. I did notice a couple spots that I want to fix. I think there was one behind us as well. Yes, there was. So I was using courseplay a little bit more. Driving myself a little bit, in between segments. And these lines, when you're locked in, they disappear just like the GPS ones, and then they show back up when you get out of it. Beautiful. Like, this is so well done. I know I keep fanboying on it, but my goodness. Yeah, not sure why they didn't hit this spot. Which is weird, because we cultivated this. So that might just be some spread from the harvester, actually, now that I think about it. All right, I've folded up. I think the rest is good. And the fields, boy, bright fog. But we have, the fields over here, we're just going to put on a regular worker. I think he'll be fine for this, because I'm not going to do it. So we'll come in here. And hit worker. Let them get going. And then we could take this over and quickly get this harvest done so we can head out to the big cornfield. Which is, at that point, we'll take the auger wagon and the semi with us and do the whole song and dance out there. Plenty of meadow in all of the pens. So I don't know if those ones generate more meadow per goat. But I guess we'll figure out next, like when we get close to spring, if we're going to run out. But we're going to definitely get through winter with enough meadow. No issues at all with that. I think I'm just going to freestyle this. A little cheeky thing here. We're going to unload it into there. Come here, turn it on. Open the pipe, instantly unload into here. And we'll see our dollar amount. We'll see our sunflower amount. We could have saw it in the harvester, because we didn't fill it up all the way. Tiny little harvest. But this is kind of fun. Double auger action. So 13,401 is what we got for sunflowers. We've gone through the soybeans. We'll deactivate that, but we will activate the sunflowers. All right, let the caravan begin. Let the harvester lead the way. Semi next. And the John Deere. Get that on follow me as well. Locked in. And let's caravan. All the way to the big field. Not bad, rolling out at 9:45. The John Deere just ran into the semi. That's hilarious. Should have plenty of time in November. Well, I do see some rain in the forecast. That might dampen our day. 11 o'clock, oh boy. And then snow at 1 a.m. So, we might be taking a mid-break on this harvest, but hoping that doesn't start at 10. Hoping it is like an 11 to noon. Or maybe a 10 would be nice. Get it out of the way and then get going, but either way, we gotta get going. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. We're gonna grab this guy, take him off the following. Big weights, dryer, and we're gonna be doing corn. So I'll let him get going. And no issue with the John Deere following for now. We start this, I have a feeling we're gonna fill up so many times here. Let's go ahead and get course play configured. We will want to do 2 headlands, and I will do lands on this, even though I don't know if this field's perfect for that. Go ahead and lock her in. It is activated on the bottom. And we do want to get a little indicator. So we'll get out of it, lock back in. It's not working all of a sudden. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how I got it to work, but it was working earlier. The John Deere's following us, which is fine. It's actually pretty optimal right now. So once we get full, we can hop into that. But the semi is going to be waiting. Once we fill up the semi, it'll automatically head back and drop off its goods at the dryer and come back. And I do have a feeling we're going to have a couple trips of that compared to how it went with the soybeans. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. We'll do some decent amount of updates on this harvest. Now, if I remember right, we were already around the turn heading back up the field when we filled up with the soybeans. We're full now. We're full now. So trying to give you a view. The semi is over the hill there. And that's not bad. And go at it. And so this, the spart that we're heading towards, the bottom of the field does not, well, it does work on course play, but it doesn't show up on the regular AI. So it's nice to be able to just go down here on our own. And it's definitely why I want to do this part on my own. Make sure we do harvest the whole thing. But you will see when we get down here, there's a certain area that we didn't get planted because we used an AI worker for planting. Yeah, you can see it now. Which isn't terrible. The amount of yield we'll lose on that. It's not super bad. So, but the width on this header is intense. I believe it might be the same as the soybeans. So should be good. We're about 35 minutes away from having to take about 2.5 hour break. Keep the cultivation going, which we do need to check on. I do see in the bottom left they are still going. Trying to get all of those 4 fields by the farmyard all cultivated today, so that we just have this one to worry about come spring. Coming down here, course play is definitely handling this better than AI did, but you can see right there is what I was worried about. So we will do one of these, and we'll go ahead and lift so we can go a little bit quicker. Do a nice round turn so our follower doesn't hit us. Lower back down. And we should be able to get right back on course once we get up there. Now, I just want to clean up this whole area. I want to make sure we get it all. Though they do have a pass down here. I don't see it. Oh, yep, there is a pass down here that they might try to do later. Oh well, we're doing it now. That should be good. And then we'll lift again so we can go a little quicker. Get back down there, and then we'll get back on course. There we go. And you see these should, yeah, they just disappeared. Pretty sweet. And they're still following, and they're about, what, 47% full, so this won't even completely fill them up, but lots of corn to dry. Fill up again. Insane. And then we're gonna also go nearest waypoint here. Give it a little bit of a runway. And catch up so we can unload on the go. This down to cruise control. Right there, but we'll stop. Oh no, they put the pipe in. So they gotta put it all the way in, and then it can come back out. I mean, I'm off the gas right now. Downhill going 6 miles an hour. Like perfect, crazy. It's expecting this to just about fill up for us. And we're getting there, we're getting there. There it is. Yeah, it's close enough. And since we're right by the semi, we'll go ahead and unload. And I think it is time for us to just start running cart, because this is going to unload so often. And because of how long it takes them, I might send them on their way right now. Yeah, I think that would be good. We'll hop in here. That's done. So we'll just hit the little fast forward button. Perfect timing. We'll be able to move this to a different field. Hit that little spot there that got missed. And gosh, it's just these 2 fields then? Oh, and there's the rain. Did we just do 1 headland? It looks like we did. That might have been a mistake. What are they going to do? Are they going to stop? Oh, they're harvesting. They are harvesting. Maybe it's not wet enough yet? That's something I don't understand how it works in this game. But we will pause. We're going to hold off. That'll give this guy plenty of time to get there and back. And I think we'll skip time once that happens. Then we're here for them to drop off, and I've already gone through the sunflowers. So we'll get corn activated. 6,700 propane left, so we should be good there. I've been just kind of riding along, and I wanted to make sure. Oh yeah, we got to pull forward and unload that one. All right, now let's see. Are we going to hit the forks here? Looks like we're going to clear, and they're on their way. All right, we should be good to let them continue, and we can do our job as well. Though these first passes look to be pretty short. Gonna be a pretty good corn harvest. I think at this point, I'll see you guys at the end. Well, it's late, and we are unloading for the last time. We will drop this off in the semi and have it go home. You might as well. And we'll get to where there's daylight to give a little recap, because, well, we might show a little bit more in the dark. It's just so dark here. Beautiful full moon. And I cannot see where the semi is. What a drive right here. Insane. I don't know if the stars show up. Definitely looks like a Michigan sky to me. Northern lights would make a nice addition too. All right, we'll hop in the semi. Tell our driver you're free to go. Well, you're not free to go yet. Go drop off your load, and then you're free to go for the year. And we are going to get this all bright and have it follow the John Deere home. There's the semi flying past this. All right, we'll get follow me all configured there. Whoa. And I am going to turn around, get back on the road, and have them drive to big weight. And we can just get over here and kind of show you what I did. We got some lights. We can see what's going on around here. Got 3 minutes before the truck gets back. We have an interesting situation. We definitely... I couldn't figure out how to turn the lights on here, guys. Oh, there we go. We have 1 plank long that should be more, and the wood beams won't spawn. I don't know why. They're set to spawn. If I change this to keep, and then come out, and then change this... Oh, spawn goods. Interesting. But change this to spawn. It don't do nothing. We'll have to figure that out in the morning. And how are we doing over here? I think if I come right here, I can see. No. Planks long are about out. But we should any second now see some lights coming up here. And now I'm worried that I blocked them. Oh, I put it in. Oh, barely. I'll have to adjust that. He's going to power through it, though. Almost powering through it. Oh, I'm going to see. No. All right, we'll help you. But you can see we've burnt through a bunch of corn already. 20,000 left to dry. And we'll get the rest of this dropped off. That's just going to be a splash there. And then a little bit in the back. But already 43,000 dry. Another... What are we going to be? About 35,000 left to dry after. Even higher. 39. But let's hop in here and stop you. You don't need to go anywhere anymore today. Yeah, I've even respawned or loaded into the game, and we got stuck wood beams figured out. In a couple minutes, we'll get our other vehicles here, but I think we can get to the morning and get some selling events going in December. But let's look at the yield first. Looking at field 38, we had 58,000 soybeans last year, but this year we got 76,000 corn. You know, soybeans do pay better, but we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. All right, we're coming in for the last goat milk selling of the year. We will sell some bottled milk, but bring in 400,000 here. 374,000, about the same as last time, I think. So pretty consistent. We're at $2 million. We're going to spend some of this money next episode, I think. Well, we're going to spend it before the end of today as well. A good amount of it on those fields in January. Let's get home, get the bottled milk, get the lettuce, and then we're going to have to figure out what's going on with our wood beams. And coming in with 21,000 goat bottled milk and 40,000 lettuce. 400,000 bucks right there. We're at 2.4 million. Wood beam spawned. What happened to the rest of them? I wonder if they sold. But you know, it's still like, did something change where this is worth more? I don't know. It does say 5,000, so I might have changed something, I guess. I'm confused, guys. I'm so confused. We'll get the furniture as well, and then we will do the wood chips after this. I don't understand what I changed. I didn't change anything. So we're not losing them. They're just... they're worth more. They're worth 5,000 instead of 1,000. All right, here's our selling event here. Another 220,000. Couple loads here, but we'll get the wood chips going. They look different. Planks. Okay. Planks. Pallet. Oh. It's that. Okay. We might remove that mod. Alright, so we got 59,000. We'll come back for the rest, but we'll go see what this brings in today. And wood chips. I don't think it'll put us above 3 billion, but it would have been cool. 36,000, just a little bit of extra money. Alright, the last thing we will be selling today. 22,000 more wood chips, which will bring in 13,000. We're at 2.69 before doing maintenance and buying our 2 fields we have to buy. And everything we need to maintain is out here. So let's go ahead and get started here. And no repair on that, just $1. Yeah, I think that's the only time we use that. Come over here. 43 bucks, not bad. 16 on the trailer. We get everything sprayed down between episodes. $72. Over here, another 70. You know, not bad when we're not using them a ton. And this got 137 on that. That was brand new to us. Over here, another $6. And this tractor and the trailer. Ooh, everything on here. Nothing. $7. Didn't use you too much. The skid steer. No repairs. I mean, we did use it. That's interesting. The case is going to cost us $2,200. And the cultivator, $106. The harvester we did just maintain, so we should have just a little payday here, or a little $1,000 expense there. And let's see, right here, 7R, 4,500, and 36 on the auger wagon. And this semi here, 70 bucks, not too bad. 16 on the trailer. Everything's in tip-top shape. I think just this trailer here, and then the header, which will go around the corner for. There's $1 for that. Not bad. Hey, there's some more milk. Should we sell it? I don't think so. That we didn't use. The tedder, none of the mowing equipment we ended up using. Can we? Here we go. 91 bucks. Not bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do, make sure the milk gets moved. We're not going to sell anything in January, but we will make a January so we can break those leases and buy those fields. As we wake up in the morning in January, we have $2.6 million. Lots of things to sell, but our net worth is shown at $9.4 million. Let's see if this is acting the way we thought. So we're going to terminate our lease. We're going to come in. We're going to buy this field for $853,000. We're going to come over here, terminate it, and do the same. Buy this one for $647,000. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Now our balance is at $1.1 million, and the net worth is at 7.9. So that was doing what I thought. We got a ways to go. We're at about $8 million net worth. Got to get to 15 million. But what did we achieve this episode? We got our 100,000 liters of bottled goat milk. and we're debt free. All that's left to do is get about 190 more goats and about $7 million more in net worth. Can we do it in 5? We're going to try. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you on the next one.